Okay, once you've removed your tire, put it under the car for a little extra protection in case something happens and the car falls. I like to put the lug nuts back on so I don't lose them. So I won't be filming everything, like me taking off the bolts and nuts, because that would take a long time. So anyway, I'll just show you what I've done. So took off the brake caliper from back here, hang it up, so you're not putting any strain on this cable. And then I took off the what is that, speed sensor and ABS sensor, I think. Oh, the wire just unbolted from here. So when you remove the axle shaft, you don't yank on this and break it. So just take that off. I took off my sway bar end link because I need to remove my strut. You don't have to take it off. So also I loosened these just for now. These knuckle to strut bolts and nuts, just loosen them up. I'm yet to remove them, but the reason why I haven't taken them off is because I have to remove the inner and outer tie rod out here, so I can pull this back and pop the axle off. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And to pop it off, you can just use a pry bar, get it back there on the axle, get behind it, and just wiggle it until it pops off. If you don't know how to take it off, I've never taken it off either. I've just seen YouTube videos. You can just look up how to take off an axle from the transmission. Alright, as you can see, I just got the CV shaft out after a little bit of prying. It takes a while. You really gotta get behind it right here, right there. So you see, this is where it goes into the transmission. Really gotta get behind it right here and just keep prying against the transmission, and then eventually it'll pop off. Took me a minute, but it's out. As you can see right here, I took off these bolts, and you wanna push this back. Here I have it pushed back in because I'm trying to preserve my bolt joints here, the rubber on them at least. So I have it pushed back. But yeah, you want to push this back, push it out. This shaft that'll be in there, you push it back out, and then that's when you go into prying over there. Yep. Oh, and the nut is up here. Okay, you want to take this nut, and that's what I like to do with everything. When I take it out, I like to just put it back so I don't lose it or forget where it came from. So now we're gonna do the same to the other side, except it's a little different, but shouldn't be that bad. Alright, I'm gonna show you my setup here. So this side's CV axle shaft is a little different because it hooks up to a little, I don't know what you call that, an adapter of some sorts with a bearing, and then it goes, then that bearing has a shaft that goes all the way to the transmission on the other side over there. So you just gotta undo these 13mm bolts up there. It's kind of hard to show you, but you see it in your car. So there's two of them, two 13mm, and kind of far away. So I have my setup here. I got a subcompact impact with I don't know how long this 3/4 inch extension is, but then yeah, I already got one of them. I'm gonna try and get the other one on camera here. Okay, there you go. Make sure it's on. Alright, looks like it's on. And then we'll take it out. Okay, got it. Alright, both of them are out. And then I should be able to just pop it off. I'm gonna undo this, of course, and move this back. And according to some research on YouTube, you don't have to remove this time the nut of the CV shaft. You just leave it there, and there should be enough room to pop it off there, and then should separate from the other end. Alright, you can disregard what I said before about not having to remove the CV shaft, from the passenger side, but I removed mine because the part that goes into the transmission there was still in when I undid those bolts. So I mean those two nuts that hold it right there, so I had to yank it out, and I didn't want to leave it hanging, so I just put it over here. Yeah, so with this one you don't have to pry on it like you do the other one. As soon as you unbolt those, it should come off, whether it comes off all the way or you have to take it out all the way. It's up to you. Okay, so up top there's a lot of stuff right here where the transmission is, so we gotta remove the air box, where the air filter is at, the battery, disconnect the battery, and also the battery tray down here. I'm gonna have to remove that. What else? And then after that I'll show you where I'm at. I probably have to remove the fuel line and a few other cables, just so we open space so we can get to the starter bolts and the bell housing bolts. So yeah, I'm not gonna show me doing that because for one, I've never done it. Two, I'm using my phone to record and I don't have a tripod, so it should be pretty simple. You just gotta look around, see where things attach, and unbolt them. And remember to mark where the bolts came from, or just leave them, screw them back on to where they were, so you don't lose them or forget where they were. Okay, so okay, I'll show you what I've done now. I've done quite a bit since I last filmed. As you can see, the bumpers and the grill is gone, as well as my AC condenser slash radiator, transcooler. I took that off because I am down here now. As you can see, these are the transmission cooler lines, and there is two harnesses here. This one clips to the front of the transmission right here. You just gotta, here I have it pulled down, but you have to pull this clip up. You can use a screwdriver to pry it up, and then it should slide out. And then there's another one up there. You'll see it was right there. I think it's a speed sensor or something for the transmission, but yeah, somewhere right there. Yeah, right there. And then the cooler lines, of course. The cooler lines, normally I think there's a quick connect here type thing. Okay, right there. So bad at filming. There's a quick connect right here, and there's another one up there, right there. So there's a tool you can buy, you can use to disconnect this. I did buy two of them, and both didn't work because it's so rusty and dirty. I thought I might damage it, so I just left it alone, and instead I took off my inner cooler slash transmission cooler thing off. Transmission cooler and AC condenser. So anyway, my transmission cooler is damaged. It leaks, as you can see. It's leaking all over here, so I guess that's a good thing. I need to replace it. So just pull those away, and we're almost there, almost ready to pull this thing. And then also what I did, I didn't take off, but I loosened all the bell housing bolts and all the mounts to the transmission. I just loosened them, didn't take anything off. Make sure you have your support bar ready, and already secure, holding the engine and transmission up. So now what I'm gonna do is take off this time the bell housing bolts, all of them, and then hook up my transmission jack up there and strap it to the transmission, and then take off the last few bolts holding the mount, and then hopefully it'll rest on the transmission jack, and then we should drop it. I'm really praying that it doesn't get stuck on the subframe, because I really don't want to remove that. Alright, okay, just took out the battery tray and the battery too. There is 4 8mm bolts in here. Just undo those, and we already have a little bit more room. Up next is the air box. I don't know if that's what it's called, but the air filter is in there. We'll take that off, and we'll also, let me see, I don't know how I'm gonna do this tube here, because I don't want to mess with these. I might just take it off here, try and move that aside, and then take this off. Yeah. Okay, I just took out the air box, so I just undid it there, here, and just unclip it from there and pull it out. And already we have a lot more room. I don't think I need to remove this part, because I can see every bolt I need to take off, pretty much every bolt in that. And then up next, I don't know, I'll see, probably take off the shifter cable. Yeah, shifter cable. What else? I'm not gonna take out the mounts yet. I need to put an engine support over here, but also just along the way, there's a transmission and engine mount back there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's somewhere down there. I'm gonna take that off as well, because it looks like it's gonna, take off the mount and the bracket, sorry, that it holds on to, that comes off I think it's the transmission. So just take it off there, and so the transmission can freely drop to the ground. Yep. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I took off this support bar that holds the front engine mount, as well as the bracket. You have to, once you take this off, well, I would suggest, so this bolts onto here like that, so I would suggest you take that one off first, and then you can undo these 2 bolts, and then you can take it out. Of course, you have to make sure the back is out as well. And then I had to take off the bracket as well, because that will have us get easier access to the bell housing bolts later. And maybe not the starter, I don't think so, but yeah, mostly for the bell housing, it'll be easier, and also maybe just help create more space when you drop the transmission, so it doesn't hit against anything. Okay, so here's what everything looks like now underneath. As you can see, we have a lot more space for the transmission to drop. I don't see anything that it will hit coming down. Everything's out of the way. And then so the next thing for me to do is I am gonna drop my oil pan, and then that'll give us access to the torque converter bolts right around here. I've seen, well, the videos I've seen and the access I have to the service manuals for the 2008 Escape, which has a different transmission. I think it's a CD4E, and this transmission is a 6F35, so they're a little bit different in terms of where everything goes. And usually you can access I think the housing bolts from the starter, but it's kind of hard to get to from this side, and it'll be kind of hard to reach in from underneath. So I need to pull the oil pan anyway. I feel like it's leaking a little bit, and I don't think I did it right the last time I did it. And also the manual that I use suggests you take it out for the rear main seal to sit in properly and not get damaged. So yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, I just took out the oil pan, and now we have access to the torque converter bolts, torque converter, nuts actually, these are nuts. So there's the first one, right there, and to get to the rest, just turn the engine over here, just turn it, I don't know what size that is, I'm gonna have to figure that out, but yeah, just keep turning it until you get them all, and then the transmission should be loose from the flywheel or flex plate. Thank you.
Alright, I'm almost about done taking what am I saying? Okay, here's where I'm at now. So if you look here, I have the transmission separated from the engine. Make sure you have taken out all the bolts. I forgot a bolt, which was a mountain bolt back there. You can see I'm supporting my jack, and I went up and took out the bolt, and I thought maybe I should share this with you guys. Okay, so make sure you separate it right here first. Like once you have everything taken out and you've supported it with your jack underneath, pry it off the flywheel. Is that a flywheel or flex plate? I don't know which one is which. But yeah, make sure you separate it from there, and then you're ready to drop it. Make sure you've disconnected everything. Just keep a lookout as you lower it very slow. Keep a lookout on anything that might be grabbing onto it, any harnesses, any wires, cables. You just keep a lookout for those. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't know if it's gonna come out or something's gonna stop it. I've never done this before, so hopefully it just drops down. All right, here. I'm gonna put this right here and show you. Alright. Sorry about that abrupt cut there. My battery died. And also I suck at this. But anyway, as you can see, it's out. I didn't have to remove this, what do you call this? Subframe. Just a dipstick there is in the way. See, it's really tall, so it's gonna be hitting up against the frame of the car there. So you just gotta remove it, and then you should be able to pull it out. Move stuff away, and I had to take off the brake disc, and yeah. Oh, also might have to raise the car up just a little bit, just so it clears from the back of the subframe right there. So yeah, that's it.